Yo, what's up, guys? It's Talon. I'm rank 1 in Wild Rift, and if you guys don't know, I do coaching for $25 an hour. Just DM me on Discord, Talon1169, or through the link in the description of my Discord server if you're interested. But today we're coaching a Diamond Aurelia player, and I really want you guys to pay attention, especially if you are someone who's around Diamond, Master, Emerald level, just how much needless fighting occurs, how little of kind of a purpose people play with. Really the main thing to kind of learn from this is just, having an actual reason and a tangible kind of reason for fighting, whether that's getting a turret, whether that's because you have a level advantage, whether that's because there's something very specific you can do to snowball a game further. So yeah, you guys will kind of see that throughout this coaching video, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get right into it.
So this game was a bit of a mess. I'm just trying to figure out how I could have won that.
Yeah, gotcha.
So I'm playing Aurelia.
Yeah, have you still just been mainly playing Aurelia?
Yeah, I went Lethal Tempo because they are ranged, most of them, and I want to have that height and attack speed. I mean, I find it easier with those matchups to use Lethal Tempo, and I also went. Well, it doesn't really matter actually.
Yeah. You can pause real quick though. We did kind of skip over the start of the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
But go into the top right and click the 3 little bars, and then click Fog of War and make it blue. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, we can go over that. But
Okay, so first thing I'm doing is warding either blue or raptors. So
yeah, I want you to stop doing that. So I don't want you to ward level 1. The reason I don't want you to ward level 1 is because it gives the enemy control of the lane level 1, and then allows them to take advantage of you, to poke you out, to push the wave and get level 2, these types of things. You want to ward after you get level 2. So after you push the first wave, then you'll ward. And if you don't have control of the lane, like let's say they're pushing you, in level 1, then you're just going to ward like the bush you're right near, right? Like the bush in the lane.
Okay.
And the reason this makes sense is because, again, they could zone you off the wave. And then 2, if you're getting pushed back in your lane, you don't really need a ward on the jungle camp. You just need a ward in the bush so that you don't get ganked. But if you're going more aggressive, then you need to know their jungle camp, because you need to know where they're pathing so you can be more aggressive. Right?
Yeah.
So that's going to be the first little thing.
Okay.
And then we do kind of get punished here, obviously, for it a little bit.
Yeah.
But Morgana does come, which makes it weird.
Yeah. And I used barrier because I didn't want to waste my flash here.
Yeah, that's fine. I think how you reacted once you got in this situation is fine. It's just the problem was the warding.
Yeah.
Made it not great. And either way, your main goal here is just to recall. So you just want to get the wave pushed and then recall. And you should still be fine. You can even take second ability level 2. You should be farming this though. You didn't need to recall here. Like, you're safe, bro. Like, there's no way they could kill you.
Yeah, but
yeah.
I saw Morgana there. She didn't want to leave, so
that's fine. She can't kill you.
Want to recall.
Yeah, you would be fine. Like, even if Morgana stayed there, you would be completely fine. You could just take. What's up?
By the way, this Twisted Fate was really bad. Just to tell that, so
So I don't want you prioritizing. So there's a lot of things that we need to talk about here. So you had a wave under your turret, and you decided to chase him for the kill. That's the first thing. We don't want to do that, because so the kill you were chasing is worth 300 gold. There were 4 minions under your turret. 4 minions would give you, like, at that point, 160 to 200 gold. A kill gives you 300. Obviously, the kill is more gold. Very unlikely you get that kill, first of all, because he has his stun. He could run away. He has a lot of things where we probably wouldn't be able to kill him anyway. And then we're giving up all that gold. We don't want to be doing that in most lanes. Usually, we need to, again, push the lane before we do anything. So that's kind of the first thing. Even in the early game, you need to push the lane before you're going in, warding instead of warding level 1. Before you're chasing a random kill, you need to push the lane. You need to value that gold too, because, like, again, Morgana was there. You were perfectly safe to stay under your turret. You had flash, so you could dodge her root if she did end up hitting a root on you. You could obviously use the minions to try to tank the root. Could have been pretty easy, right? And again, you take second ability, and you're going to be able to tank up a bunch if even he does gold card you or something. So
yeah. And
Yeah.
yeah, here Lee is weird that he came from Raptors. I
No,
didn't
it's not.
expect that.
Why would you not expect that?
Well, because it's 115 and she should have been in
Oh, because you saw
Wolves.
because you saw that he didn't start blue. Okay, so
Yeah,
yeah. You saw. No, you're right. You're right. You're right. Sorry, I didn't realize. I forgot we had a word. So yeah, you saw he's on blue.
yeah,
So yeah, you would expect, since you didn't see his blue cleared, you'd expect him to be on like wolves right now.
yeah.
That's true.
That's why I chased that far because I expected him to be on Wolves,
Yeah.
but he came
In
out of
terms of jungle
Raptors.
tracking, that's fine. The problem is you still chase to kill under turret instead of getting the wave. But
Yeah,
I agree. Your jungle tracking actually there is really good. Yeah, like in terms of the timing, he must have either looked for a gank or like kind of wasted some time or messed up his clear in some way. But yeah.
yeah. And I didn't see him anywhere in the beginning, so I thought he was just pathing a
Yeah.
normal way.
Yeah, no,
That's
I
why.
agree. That is a little weird in terms of jungle tracking. And so let's say you saw a good kill angle there and you took it and then jungle showed up. I wouldn't be mad at you. I'm not mad at you anyway, because why would I be mad at you? But like,
Yeah,
but yeah, that is again more the just not being aware of the wave stuff. And this is where we kind of see like you get punished really hard where you're down like a level and a half pretty much at this point. Whereas let's say you just, and then again, you're doing the same thing. Like this is not gonna work. He has gold card. You're giving up more minions under. You click on it yet. You're giving up more minions under your turret. You're just constantly chasing the kills in this fight. So like something that's actually really important to understand as early game champions is to not chase kills. Like the goal is not use the fact that we're an early game champion to just kill someone over and over and over again. You're trying to create kill opportunities through actual tangible advantages. Tangible advantages are things like, and again, even chasing this, we don't really know where Lee is. We need to take a recall because we're somewhat low health. Like this is even risky. But tangible advantages are things like item advantages. So use your first 3 levels to get a recall and then have an item advantage on him before. Or use your prio to get leveled up before him because you kill more minions and then trade around that. Or stacking your passive even, and then trading when your passive is stacked. You're not doing any of these things. You need to be able to say, I am stronger than him because of this, and then I want you to trade. I don't want you to trade on him just because you feel like it. Again, like you don't have your, like here, you're level 4 into level 5. He has his spells up. There's no reason to trade here. There's no minions, there's no nothing. Now let's say you waited until you now hit level 5. Imagine if you just did exactly what you did, but you were level 5. You probably would have nearly all-in'd him and killed him, would you not?
yeah, but I felt at that point I can kill him. I can definitely kill him.
On level 4, you think you can kill a level 5 Twisted Fate? With
Yeah,
heal, by the way? With heal, by the way?
if
And fleet, you think you can kill him?
I didn't notice the heal actually. Now I noticed it.
Okay, so heal,
Uh,
I mean, even without heal, you have no ignite as well. Like, you're not, I
yeah,
don't even play a lot of Aurelia, you're delusional. Like, if you think you can kill him level 4 to level 5, full health, even if he didn't have heal, even if he had ignite, the, level 5, he's gonna, first of all, what's he gonna do if you do go onto him?
stun me probably.
Okay,
Or
and so then he'll walk away if he's losing the trade, or if he's winning the trade, he'll just continue to auto attack you, like, right?
yeah,
And again, we don't know where their jungle is, and our jungle wasn't in a position to gank as well. So again, okay, this is what I want you doing in your games, because your champion is good early game, your champion's a good laner, and you're good mechanically at your champion. I want you to be able to tell yourself, or to say to yourself, this is my advantage. I'm going to trade because of this. I don't want you to just trade because your champion can fight all the time and your champion is like generally strong. Sometimes you're going to kill people even when you're level 4 to level 5 because Aurelia does do these types of things early game. I want you to have a very specific reason for why you are trading with someone or fighting them. So I want you to trade with someone because their flash is down, and you could kill them, or because they're down a level to you, or because you can hit level 5 off this next minion wave, or because your pass is fully stacked, or because your jungle's coming. If you can't tell me one of those things, usually it's going to be either jungle, level diff, obviously if they're low health, right, if they don't have flash. If you don't have those things present, I don't want you trading randomly.
okay. By the way, I don't disagree with you that it was wrong to
Yeah.
chase him level 4. Just he was quite bad, so I knew I could
Yeah, yeah.
just start auto and he would die.
No, I get that. I
I mean,
get
in
that.
another matchup, I wouldn't do that.
No, I understand. And I have this actually, like, because again, I do play a lot of early game champions. And here at this point, like, this is when you find the angle, and if you had just found this angle, and like this had been the first time you'd gone for it, it's fine, because in that case, your jungle was coming, right? So you did have a tangible advantage. And even though they end up counter ganking, this play to me was fine, because you didn't really know the top laner was going to come. That's pretty hard to predict. And
Yeah,
again,
and in this game, everyone was in my lane for some reason.
yeah. And some of those things are unlucky. Definitely, like, that's fine. Again, like I said, we found an angle where our jungle was coming, we looked for it. That's perfectly okay.
Yeah.
The problem is, yeah, and I know you say you wouldn't do this into like other matchups, but the problem is again, I play a lot of early game champions. You get really cocky when you're playing against someone who does make a mistake, and then you start like not taking the proper, just like basically, and also you should have been able to time your second ability, by the way, with that guy, like with his gold card. But either way, you then get really cocky. You try to kind of stop playing fundamentally properly, and you just start trading. Again, here you're trading level 6 to level 7. I know it's possible to win a level 6 to level 7 trade as Aurelia, but you're full health, he's half health, or yeah, I said that, but you're half health, he's full health, and you're just constantly taking poke, taking unnecessarily risky things, and he has flash. Like, this is not the outplay we need to be looking for. I know you have a chance to look for a kill on him. When you're looking for this type of kill, he has to make a mistake, and you're losing out on a wave here with, again, no tangible advantage. Even though it works in this situation, the only reason it works is because he's absolutely inting his ass off. And it really doesn't give us that big of a lead. It doesn't do that much for us. Like, it gives us 300 gold. What gives us a lot more of a lead is having that lane pushed, so that then when we trade on him, again, we level up off the minion wave, because you were level 6, you could get level 7 off the wave, which then gives you more AD, more MR, more health. So everything's just more likely to work out. And then it also means that if you win that trade, you crash the wave. So instead of playing to get 3 kills in a lane, and then playing, again here, you're playing really aggressive for no reason. You're playing really aggressive when your jungle's on an objective, when you have no real reason to trade with him. This doesn't, again, this doesn't do anything for you. You don't have a jungle that's about to come, you know, help you. Like, you don't have these types of things that make sense for you to play around. But yeah, like, again, we need to have a purpose with each play we're making. Instead of getting 3 kills in a lane that give us 300 gold each, getting 1 kill that then crashes a wave on the enemy, denies them 200 additional gold. That's already a 500 gold kill, you know, in this, you know, in terms of what we gain, because we're denying them 200, compared to 3 kills where the wave is under our turret, and that's all we get out of it. So, like, and again, those kills are also less likely to happen because you're not going to be, you know, a level up. So does this make sense, like what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, let me. I just want to see my item.
Yeah.
And yeah, I die here.
Wait, also, are you building armor boots into Twisted Fate, Morgana, Warwick?
I wanted to build the blue boots.
Yeah, you should build more retreads.
I ended up going for the armor boots because Warwick feels really strong.
Yeah, Warwick does more magic damage than physical damage.
Really?
Yes. Even when he builds AD, he does. So, like, his autos obviously do a lot of, but yeah, he does more. Follow your champion. But yeah, like, so obviously here you find the fight angle. I'm obviously happy for you to take that. But yeah, also I think a lot of times I prefer damage boots for Aurelia. I mean, that's kind of up to you if you just want to go defensive boots because you feel like the tankiness is useful. But I do feel like a lot of times it kind of helps with the carry potential to go damage boots anyway. But yeah, that's like I think, like, to me, you should take defensive boots in a hard matchup, right? Like, you take defensive boots because you're like, oh, this is, like, you know, I don't know even what's a really hard matchup for you. You have a matchup you find is really hard usually.
Mostly top lane, mid lane. I don't think I have any hard matchups.
Yeah. So, like, if you don't have a hard matchup, I want you taking damage boots because your goal is to snowball. I need you having a lot of damage to get kills early most of the time. If you're in a hard matchup top lane, or you do find a mid lane matchup that's hard, then take those defensive boots. But yeah, I mean, I just want you trading less when behind too, because the other thing is, when we're behind, we don't need to trade so much. You know what I mean? Like, when our team is down 5,000 gold right now, and all you've done, like, you have legit for 6 minutes straight walked to mid lane, fought, hoped you win. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. died or recalled back in, you haven't done anything else. You haven't helped with an objective. You haven't pushed and then gotten any real warding information apart from level 1 where that completely fucked you over, as we kind of spoke about. So you're not really getting value out of it. So we need to understand, like, for example here, instead of just going straight to mid and just fighting, we could be going topside right now after the wave, because the wave is already like in a fine spot. We could be getting more gold there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I should have gone to the objective, but seeing all my lanes losing, I mean, where would I roam?
You could have roamed topside. Your Volibear started Herald, the enemy jungle wasn't there, and instead you traded mid and then died there, and then, you know, your teammate would get like, I don't even remember if he got caught in Herald after that, or if he ended up getting it, but yeah, you could have pushed and
No,
gone.
I think he got it.
Yeah. But you could have pushed and you could have gone and helped on Herald. That would be a way more useful time to take a fight, because then you're not taking a fight where you get caught in mid lane from both sides because you don't have vision or any idea of where the enemy might be. Whereas if you're fighting at least on an objective, so you would just push and you would rotate to the objective your team chooses to go to. And if they lose the fight, they lose the fight. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they did. But a lot of the reason why you're even in the position to lose the fight so hard, I mean, your teammates were doing bad, don't get me wrong. But a lot of the reason you did is because you're just pushing constantly without any purpose, to the point that you're just trading and trading and trading. You're going to die half the time. You're going to not die half the time. Anytime an enemy jungle shows up, you get screwed over. Because the reality is you're going to get camped in a lot of games. Like, that's just part of the game, you know, like a lot of times they just gank you a bunch. You need to be able to play in a way where getting ganked a bunch isn't a problem. And the only way you can do this is if you are, again, trading around your advantages, taking good trades consistently so your health bar is good, and then looking for those all-in moments when you have advantages. If you look for an all-in moment when you're level 6, level 7, unless you see you can get a really quick kill, usually it's going to result in both of you being extremely low. Sometimes you get the kill, sometimes they get it, because, like, yes, you are strong early. And then this just leads to, again, very likely that you get ganked. You have no ability to push the wave and rotate after because you're so low. You just don't get anything more out of it. This is basically what I'm trying to explain to you. I don't want so much fighting when we're down in, whether it's levels, whether it's health, whether it's items, whether it's, you know, the rest of our map is really bad and we don't know where jungle is, all these types of things. That makes sense?
Yeah. So let's say in a game like this where I'm constantly ganked by someone, should I try to roam instead of staying in lane, or just protect my lane?
Yeah, I mean, you should be trying to roam past 5 minutes to find gold on other parts of the map 100%. The reason you got ganked so much is because of how many random trades you took, though, to be clear. It's not like the jungle just decided, I don't like the enemy, really, I'm going to gank them. Like, you put yourself in a position to be ganked a lot, and that's why you were ganked a lot.
Okay. Yeah.
You can start the replay unless you have, yeah.
Yeah, here I wanted the takedown, but I didn't get it. I mean, volley get it.
I mean,
It might be
I
worse.
don't even like taking the fight against, again, a level 10 Warwick who, like, just the way the champion works, he's really good at turning around fights on low health. Really risky to me again. And again, all of your fights, they just look like, I'm just going to pray I win regardless of the circumstance. Like, you're 4,700 gold, and we're just constantly fighting and fighting. Like, this constant fighting is something you do when you're super fed, you're trying to snowball the hell out of the game. Not something you do, again, like, here, I don't really mind looking for a trade because we're even level, and you just hit Trinity Force. Like, in that case, I actually don't mind looking for it. In that case, jungle shows up, it's a little unfortunate. But the other thing is, like, you can be more aggressive when you have flash. So, like, you had flash there, it's not as bad to look for the fight as well, right? Because then if someone shows up, you don't get fucked, you just flash out. So, like, you also have to use your, and here you can push the wave, by the way, like, I don't mind pushing it. If you die, you die, it doesn't really matter at this point.
It's just I had the Warwick mark, and I was a bit afraid of that.
Yeah, that's reasonable. I don't think it's unreasonable to be afraid of that. For me, it's like, when we're in this type of situation, I don't mind dying, because, like, at this point, kind of a hard game anyway. So getting that wave push means that then you could have gone topside right away, but now you're stuck to go back to mid. And then let's say you died there, it really wouldn't impact the game that heavily. Like, you're already in a negative state, so it's fine to make a bit more of a risky play. Do you know what Warwick does?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know why you dashed into him when he had his third ability up, because third ability will fear you, and gives him a bunch of damage reduction. And then again, you just go and you trade on a Morgana who has root when there's a Warwick right by. So, like, again, I'm not saying this to flame you. That's not the purpose of all of this.
No, no, I don't care
But
about
literally,
that.
like, you're
I
just
mean,
going and
you're
fighting.
right.
You just walked up here for no reason. And when she had her root, like, you were just
Yeah,
fighting and
there
fighting.
it was wrong.
Yeah.
But here I died because I didn't want to lose the turret. I didn't expect it to be one hit actually.
I mean, your turret was like 190 health, and that was after plates drop, so it's going to be like 1 or 2 auto attacks and it'll die. You have to be able to give up things like this. Like, okay, so I need you to stop thinking about what you want. I'm trying to figure out exactly where this issue comes from, and I think it's because you're constantly trying to think about what you want. Like, you're thinking, I want to get a kill, so I'm gonna go get the kill. And I know this is very, like, obvious, right? Or you're thinking, I don't want my turret to die, so I'm gonna try to protect it. Like, this is the thought that's happening in your mind. You're just thinking about what your champion can do. I need you to think more about what the enemy champions can do. I need you to think about more things in the game than just your own champion and your own champion's purpose. So you need to think about where the enemy jungle is. Like, I think your first, jungle tracking was good, and then it turns out you were wrong because he was being weird. That's fine. Those types of things, sometimes you're going to be wrong about them. But I need them to be in your mind. I need you to think before you go in, what abilities do they have? How strong are they? What are their items? What level are they? Because there's no way you're thinking, as a level 10 Aurelia who's super behind in gold, that I want to go onto a Morgana and a Warwick. Like, they're obviously going to CC you and instantly kill you, especially when you're half health.
Yeah.
Your turret's 1 HP. These types of things, like, I just requires more focus from you. I know that you're aware of these things. I know you're capable of like, not taking these fights. You're just not thinking about it. That's the only explanation I can. Is that true, or do you think there's something else?
No, actually, it's that I just wanted to take a kill there.
Yeah.
I saw him leaving. I knew he would come back, but I thought I could just kill the Morgana and maybe die later.
And does that do anything for the game to go 1 for 1?
I mean, she worth more to me than I worth to Warwick.
Really?
Oh, wait. Well, I'm back in gold. He has the lead. He's going to take a kill anyway. So I think me getting a kill will help me at least get ahead from some of the other opponents.
So Morgana's their support, right?
Yeah.
Supports don't really farm much. So her being dead doesn't take away from her getting a lot of gold, because she's not going to farm. You being dead is 20 seconds of you not getting gold. So the average gold per minute for like an okay mid lane player is like 800 gold per minute. So let's say you're dead for 20 seconds. Well, that's going to be like 250 gold that you probably could have gotten on average, roughly. Obviously, it's not exactly how it works, but you could have gotten 200-300 gold out of your... So, like, it's not just the fact that you don't get that kill in that moment, or that you get the kill in the moment that matters. It's the fact that you getting that kill creates an opportunity to get more gold around the map. That's what these kills matter for, and that's, again, why I'm telling you, in mid lane, 1 kill can be more valuable than 3 kills, because that 1 kill crashes a wave and gives you a chance to recall and roam and do these... That's what we're looking for. And so I don't want you going for a random fight where, again, if you do trade 1 for 1, their support dies who's already weak, and their Warwick gets an opportunity to snowball harder and roam more and get more gold on other parts of the map. Because look where he is right now. Warwick just got another kill as you were just respawning, right? Yeah. That was only possible because he's alive and he's making plays. Meanwhile, you're dead and you're in your base. It doesn't matter that the Morgana is dead too. It gives him more opportunities to do more things. You don't want to just be constantly trading. Again, you go on him when he has his third ability, when Morgana's coming. Like, it's just all of these types of things. Like,
No,
this is the same thing. Yeah, I was like, oh, he's level 10. You replayed it.
Yeah, my bad. I thought.
No, I get you. But either way, we see it, right? We see.
Here I did something really bad.
Yeah.
Actually, which I know it was bad. I just was fed up from ganking me, so I just wanted to get something, and I go there. I don't get anything.
Yeah, and again, there was a mid wave you could have gotten.
Yeah, but I go back again.
Yeah. And I mean, you guys are, again, you're down 10k gold and you're fighting constantly. Like, you don't want to be fighting so much when you're down. And yeah, I mean, at this point, I think I'm just watching like a tilted player just running over and over again. Like, I don't think there's too much more useful, you know, to get from the rest of this game. We can see, but
Yeah. After that, I think it gets better, actually.
okay.
Here I see a 2v2. I see Warwick on the other side. He manages to come here, but they are low.
Yeah.
So I get a kill here. I'm going to leave, and then I see him being low. We're 3, so we can try to take him down. He goes to the turret, so I'm
Yeah, so you should be
leaving.
prioritizing the wave right now instead of more fighting.
And
But you just
then,
walk forward
yeah.
again. Like, again, you get an advantage, and then, okay, first of all, so this isn't even related to what you just did here.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have gone to Dragon. You should have gone topside where Ambessa is. Because you're down 10k gold, you don't want to be fighting on Dragon. You want to be playing for gold bounties. So when you're behind, you're playing around gold bounties. So when the enemy go to Dragon, you want to use it as a distraction, go to the opposite side, get gold there, like the Ambessa is doing. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, even after you got that win in that fight, you got that kill, you should immediately focus on getting things out of our advantages. So using our kill to get a bottom lane wave for free, to get that pushing, then go to mid and get a mid lane wave. But you just decided, I'm gonna go on to Warwick, he's gonna one shot me with more, you know, like, that's not really useful.
What I was thinking, as I told it, was we were 3 and he was 1,
Yep.
and then suddenly I was 1 and they were 3.
Okay, so you
So
should know
I
this though.
mean,
Like, like, if you go back to the thing, it's not like 4 people were dead. There were like, what, 2 people dead? So where would the enemy go? Like, do you really think they wouldn't go Dragon there? Like, you know they're going Dragon. So you have about 5 seconds until they come. And if we know how Warwick works, Warwick is really good at stalling, and he's really good at fighting on low HP because of his passive, because of his healing,
yeah,
because of his third ability. So you're never actually going to kill him with your damage that you had. Like, sure, it feels like, oh, it's 1v3, but it's not 1v3. The enemy are coming. And again, he's way stronger than you. Like, I'm pretty sure he could have 1v3'd you guys anyways, even without him, because he's Warwick at that point in the game, and you guys were low health, so.
okay. Yeah, I generally go to the other side of the map if I'm top laner, but I thought I could maybe push the other sides. It was wrong because we are back. I mean, I couldn't get anything out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking at that
Yeah.
point.
I mean, the problem is, though, you're just basically playing like you're fed. Like, you're chasing another fight. There's another mid wave, and what are you doing? You're chasing another fight. I don't even care if this works. Like, this isn't the point. You're chasing random more fights when you don't know where the enemy are. You don't know where Lee is. You don't know where Ezreal is. If they show up, you instantly die. Get nothing. Now, if the enemy make a mistake and they die, great, right? Like, it's nice. You're still down 12,000 gold. You're not doing anything to progress the game, even with these random kills that may happen every now and again. And the thing is, if you're just constantly fighting and fighting, yes, you're going to every once in a while get an outplay or get a kill, but just as often, nothing good is going to happen. And you're just like at the mercy of, you know, do I win the fight or not, without really any more thought behind it. So, I mean, it really is just that you're not putting thought into these things. Here, you should flip the Aaron, by the way. Yeah, you do. So that's good.
Here I see that Warwick record and the other 2 are bots, so
yeah, you should do it. It's
I
good.
get a chance to get Baron. I mean, it's our only...
Yeah, this is great. 100% exactly what you should do. This isn't an issue at all. Again, the problem is just that you're constantly fighting without a lot of thought into it, but this is perfect. And he hooks them. Honestly, Warwick should have gone on you guys. Like, he could have unironically killed one of you.
Yeah, actually, yes.
But...
And then I'm just trying to focus Lee here.
Again, I don't think you play fights bad. I think the problem is your choice of fights. I don't want you to worry about...
Yeah, I can see it now, actually. I couldn't see it like this, but now I'm just chasing everybody.
Yeah, and you're just fighting. And, like, I don't think you've gone to a side lane basically once. Like, maybe once or twice.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
And that is a problem,
I did
because
only
your champ's really good on side lane.
Yeah, I did only to chase opponents, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's like basically all that we're gonna watch for the rest of the game is just the stuff we've talked about. So you're just gonna like you're gonna chase a fight, and either you're gonna win the fight or you're gonna lose the fight. There's not gonna be any decision making or macro that leads to anything more than just either win or lose fight because we chase people. Like you chased another fight topside. What'd you lose out of it? You lost your mid lane inhib. Is this really worth it? No,
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think killing the support is worth our mid lane inhib. The gold is still
No,
12k.
definitely it wasn't.
And again, like this kill's nice. It doesn't do anything though. Like I'm not saying you should have done
Yeah.
it. You know, you should have chased that kill because he was inting. But like this still doesn't matter. And that's pretty
Mhm.
much kind of the gist of everything. So I am kind of just repeating myself at this point because we are seeing the same mistakes. And we're
Yeah,
down 12K.
and here I could take the mid turret.
Yeah. I mean, you probably couldn't. They had Baron, but yeah. You could at least
No,
push it. Oh, you have Baron. I'm fucking stupid sometimes,
we
bro.
we have
It's-
the
I just
Baron,
woke
yeah.
up. My fault. My fault. I just woke up. I still don't think you could have
No,
taken it
it's
though.
fine.
But I still don't think you could have taken it. But you're right. It would have been better to push mid rather than fight. But I guess it worked. They kind of hinted. So I mean, yeah, pushing mid here now at this point is good. Oh yeah, this game lasts
Yeah.
8 more minutes. What the fuck? Actually.
Yeah, but the last like 5 minutes is just us losing everything.
Yeah.
And here I just want to take the turret. That's why I'm killing
No, I
him.
think this is good.
don't
Yeah. No,
really
no, this
care
is
about
good.
the
You
kill.
have a purpose with your fight. It's good. When you don't have a purpose with what you're doing, that's when it's a problem. And dying for the thing, like even if you died here, it's fine. Because you're getting, what you call it? The turret.
Yeah.
And yeah, now you're only down 6k. Like you can see like the time where you guys were down 12k gold the entire game, even when you were winning some fights and whatever. The time where the gold went down to 6k lead is when you got turrets out of your thing. Like that's really all we're looking to get out of a lot of these fights. So yeah, as long as we have a purpose behind what we're doing and we're able, like I need you to in these future games be able to specifically tell yourself why you can fight. So, you know, again, the level advantage is the enemy don't have a certain spell, like say, you know, Twisted Fate gold cards, go on him then, you know, because he doesn't have it. Or you know, if you know the jungle is somewhere else, or you know your jungle is coming, I need you to be able to, in your mind or out loud, literally say that. Like literally say the reason you can do it, and never engage unless you can say why. Obviously, initially that's going to make you hesitant. But this is for long-term improvement, you know, it's not just for improving in the next week. So like, I'm not saying that I want you to forever be hesitating 24/7, but initially I want you just thinking really, you know, about every kind of possibility and then going from there.
I want to ask about my items. I took second heal for the Warwick.
Yeah.
And then actually went armor because of the Warwick, which is wrong as I understood.
Yeah.
I understood. And then I'm going Blade of the Ruined King because I want to do on-hit damage on Warwick. I mean, I'm only playing for him. I can kill the rest of them.
Wait, you're building
Is
Blade of
it?
the Rune King, but what is that? Is that Caulfield's Warhammer? I don't know what that thing's called.
Oh,
But
no, I think after that, this is. I think it was the. Oh, how is it called? The one that makes the damage into true damage.
I don't know why I
And
don't know what you're talking about. But
you'll see after I
yeah,
finish
we'll
it
see.
anyway.
Trying to think of what has that component and an attack speed component, and I don't think that Terminus doesn't. So I don't.
No, I think that.
Yeah,
We'll see. I don't
Whatever.
really remember.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. But either way, I mean, yeah, I'm happy with you pushing like this. I mean, at this point, the enemy are inting, and like it's definitely a chance of winning. You're only down 4k. You
I
probably just
wanted
leave,
to
yeah.
take the
You should just be
inhibitor.
leaving. Like you don't push fast enough. Yeah, you just.
Yeah, I saw them coming. I'm not fast enough though. I tried to.
Warwick kick out to do this. That's a little unfortunate. Kind of is what it is.
Yeah. And I stand here and I notice I'm too far away, so I'm going back to do some damage, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. If a Warwick's chasing you that deep, you know, it's more of this thing there long. But I don't mind that much because like yeah, your team was there and you were just trying to. You probably didn't even need to hit the inhib, but that's more of a small thing, so it's not something I'm gonna be super concerned about. It's more a lot of the other things that are like the bigger issues to work on it, and I think they're completely realistic for you to fix because We just need to change our mindset as well. Because again, you can play sort of how you're playing right now. I mean, I still don't like how kill hungry you are, but like, let's say you're really fed, you can be a bit more kill hungry.
Yeah.
But I still even, you know, even this extent is maybe a bit much. But yeah, you could definitely be more kill hungry if you're really fed. So. And I mean, at this point, I probably do just go Elder after pushing the wave.
Yeah,
You might want to push
that's
the top
what
wave first, though. Yeah, you need to push the wave, but then like you just go Elder because you don't have any like side lane pressure. Like, let's say you had the enemy inhib, but you were down 7k, then you would like push top, but there's nothing you can really do here.
So here I just ping them to go trade.
You just hope
I'm
your teammate steals and you get a miracle. Like, that's all you can hope.
Yeah, something like that. I'm trying to push the mid because it has the pressure on us.
Yeah, no, that's good. Everything you do in like this fight's fine. I don't mind. Oddly working. But there is the inhib, so we kind of have to be a little aware of that. But I mean, I think it's fine. Nice. And then you just should recall. Yep. And you do lose a lot of inhibs, so the game kind of ends because of this. Which was the problem, but like you didn't really have a good choice at this point in the game. You know?
Yeah.
So. So now you have Elder, so it's pretty much like look for like a team wipe, and if you guys get a team wipe, like Jinx can get a reset and then you win. Like, you're gonna have to win. Like, when you have like multiple inhibs down or like you're getting pressured like this, the way you win is literally acing them, because then you can just run down mid and win the game. Like, you are pretty much looking to get Jinx a reset. You want to play around Jinx in these fights. Like, you want Jinx to be hitting, and then you get her a reset, and then that's the only way you win.
Yeah, but we don't have a front line. Volibear went to die.
Yeah, like, you didn't need to chase here. Like, this is like where the problem comes in your fight. Is chasing him when the purpose is to just play around Warwick, or play around Jinx rather, because she's she gets the reset. That's how you can win.
But I know I can't kill him, so I'm trying to take. What I did, I was trying to take one by one.
Yeah.
So we can't win a team fight. That's the reality.
No, you can win a team fight. What? You're only down 2,000 gold and you had Elder Dragon. You could have won a team fight. You would have won.
Yeah, but we didn't have Volibear and
it didn't matter.
Warwick and one.
No, it didn't matter. Like, you didn't need to hard chase. Like, again, the way that you need to play these fights, and again, it comes down to thinking about the actual purpose of your gameplay. What is the actual way you can win a game? You know, again, which relates to these turrets and all these things. In that situation, the only way you can win a game is not from you killing one person as Aurelia. It's from Jinx getting a reset and killing everyone with Elder Dragon. Like, that is a real thing that could have happened. That is 100% realistic. But to do that, you have to be the front line. You need to understand that you're the one making the plays, making the engages, tanking for your teammates. But now even here, again, you're trading by yourself without your team being nearby. This is, again, illogical. It doesn't help us progress the game. It doesn't make any sense. If your goal was to just go and ward the Baron to make sure that, like, that makes sense. But again, we're by ourselves, separated from the team. When you're not the win condition, you're in a really late game. The win condition at this point is Jinx, and you need to be playing in a way to make her game easier. But you're playing in a game where in a way where you're just chasing one kill. And if your team was fed and your team was doing really well, you could go and trade 1-for-1, because 1-for-1's valuable if you're weaker than the person you're 1-for-1ing, but it's not valuable if you only have one carry and you need to protect them above all else, like that type of thing. And again, like you said, you don't have a lot of front line, so you have to be that pseudo front line in that case.
Okay. Oh yeah, that one. What is its name?
Death Dance? Okay.
Yeah.
Death Dance doesn't have an attack speed component, which is why I was confused, because you built the hammer thing, but then you also built the attack speed thing, and that's why I was like, what?
Yeah, I think I started going. No. Blade of the Rain King was my second in the order, so I accidentally got it.
Yeah, I got you.
And
I
then I
got
was
you.
like, okay, let's start Death Dance and I'll take it later.
Yeah, and you needed Wits End this game, by the way, but it's because you didn't realize Warwick is AP, but yeah.
Yeah, at the beginning, I was thinking about going Witsen and then the most of
You should have
this
gone.
one.
You should have gone Trinity, Wits End, and then probably let's say Mortal. You could have gone Trinity, Wits End, Mortal, Sterix, and then like last you could go Death Dance because you want some armor for like, or you could go Twin Guard.
Okay.
I'd probably go Twin Guard last. Um,
Okay.
yeah,
And here it ends.
yeah.
So yeah.
I'm gonna share my screen and write some notes with you then.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me know when you see my screen.
I mean, yeah, see your screen.
Did you say you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Aurelia. So these are not going to be super long notes because we have very straightforward things to work
Yeah.
on. In lane, not ward, level 1. Wait until pushing a wave to ward. If getting pushed under turret. Ward the bush. Because again, you're not going to be level 2 ganked. So you can wait till you're level 2 to ward because they're still going to be clearing. You're still going to get the same information. It doesn't really do anything different. And then trade only when having a tangible advantage or at least being neutral. So this means again level diff, jungle nearby, passive stacked, health lead, summoner spell lead. You get the point. Any of these things,
Yeah.
these are the things we're keeping track of. We want to know, are we higher level? What's the wave looking like? Is our jungle path? All these things. These are the things. Item diff as well. So I'll write that as well. Item advantage. So you need to have something you can actually say, this is why I can trade. And then when going in, think about enemy spells. I'll say before going in actually. So like again, you went in multiple times on a Warwick with this third ability up, which is gonna fear you and give some damage reduction. And you went in when there was also Morgana nearby who's going to root you. So like again, let's say you're playing and you're kind of fed, but you're into a Warwick and Morgana and they're there. Like if you've watched, I'm sure you've watched Aurelia players, right? You've watched like YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
And you see them go in 1v2, 1v3, right? Like you see these things happen. That's what they do a lot. Most of the time when they're doing those 1v2s or 1v3s, they're not just going in randomly. They're going in after the enemy wastes a spell, you know, or if they're really fed, right? But if they're not super fed, it's because the enemy wasted a spell. Like they wasted their CC. So now, okay, now you have no CC. Now I can go in and I can outplay you. Or maybe, you know, another thing for Aurelia specifically is the minions are really low around me. You have that outplay potential if you have a bunch of low minions around you to 1v2. So you need these types of things to be present. And again, just keeping track of their spells so that you kind of know. And then in mid game, spend more time on side lane. On side lane.
Should I go on the lane that's on the objective
Typically,
side
yes.
or
Typically,
okay?
you should go objective side, but I'll just write this. So I'll just write this here actually. So side lane.
I mean, it's fine. I know that, but sometimes if top like it's free and there's also an objective, where what should I prioritize?
Yeah, so we'll talk about that in a
Of course,
second.
depending on the objective, but
So the main thing is going to be if we are like even or ahead, we want to fight, right? Because we want to create good fights,
yeah,
to snowball further. And so if you're even or ahead, you're probably going to go to the objective because the objective is where a fight's probably going to happen. But if you're weaker significantly, like you were in this game, for example, you would go to side lane because you're probably not going to win a fight. So you're just going to be trolling, right? Like you're just going to go and you're going to
yeah,
lose more. So that's pretty much it. Does that make sense?
yeah, of course.
Okay. then yeah, after winning a fight, rotate, or not rotate, but try to squeeze as much gold as possible, lanes or turrets. Again, you win a fight, you're not getting anything out of it. You win the fight, you recall, that's all right. You just get the kill. We need to be taking the waves, we need to be taking the turret, like that type of thing. And that's really what led to you guys almost coming back, was because you get those gold bounties off those turrets, that type of thing.
Yeah.
So just like take more advantage of gold bounties. Of
Can I also ask you something about side
course.
laning?
Yeah.
Most of the times, even when I'm ahead, when there are no objectives, I'm on a side lane or mid lane if
Yeah.
it's free
Yeah.
pushing, just most of the time perma pushing or invading the enemy jungler so I can get more lead because late game I'm really bad
Yeah.
as Aurelia. But let's say I'm on top, like farming turrets, and my whole team is fighting for no reason in the jungle on the other side or in mid. Should I go with them because I'm fed, because I'm stronger, or should I stay there, get my gold, get more lead? Because I'm risking dying if I go with them, especially if they are losing. I mean, my
Yeah.
team.
So when we're stronger and side laning, typically we want to push side lane, then roam most of the time. So like, let's say you're pushing a tier 1 turret as Aurelia and your teammates fighting on on the complete opposite side. You're probably not going to be able to get there in time after you push, because like they're so far away, the fight's going to be over. But let's say they're fighting in the jungle on the same side of the map as you. Once you push the wave, you can go and roam instead of continuing to hit the turret, because you can go and fight there if you're stronger, right? Because you're asking if you're
Yeah.
stronger. And so basically, again, this isn't necessarily fully to answer your question. So basically, if our team is fighting for no reason, only rotate after pushing your wave, and if you can get there in time. So again, you can't get there in time if the enemy are on the opposite side, right? But if they're same side, you can probably get there in 5-10 seconds. You can go. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, and I'm a bit concerned about that because, like, if I was a year or something, I
Yeah.
wouldn't care. I can kill them all late game, but with Aurelia, I can't do a lot late game. So
Yeah. So
farming,
if you're like 18 minutes into the game, then like, are you saying like, are you talking about early game or late game? For like the fighting.
like mid game, because farming
Yeah.
infinitely won't make me stronger
Yeah. Yeah.
or
You'll kind of
give
hit
me a lead
that point where.
after.
Yeah, and so the thing, that's why like it's more common that you kind of want to fight with your teammates in the mid game, is because your purpose of your champion getting fed is usually to spread that to other people, or to
Yeah,
distract people, bring them to the side lane, and then play for like 1v2 opportunities as your team. So you're always like, essentially your purpose, because you're right, your champ's not strong late game, is to make it easier for your team to play the game so that they can scale and they can carry, which means either drawing multiple people to you, getting a bunch of pressure on side lane, or winning the fight for your team early game so that they get the lead, and that type of thing. Which is why, I mean, it ultimately boils down to, if you think you're going to win the fight, you go. If you don't think you're going to win the fight, you don't go. I know that is a very, very fucking simple thing for me to say, and it's very obvious, but it's really what we're looking at. Like, we look at the fight, and we're like, okay, there's multiple low health people there. I have flash, I have ult, I'm level 11, and everyone else is like level 10, and I just hit my second item. Of course I'm gonna go fight, right? But if I'm half health, I just used my flash 20 seconds ago, I don't have my ignite or my barrier up, and the enemy are like far away, or they're winning the fight really, of course you're not gonna go, right? So
yeah,
ultimately for you, it really just comes into taking in more information. So like, maybe a good way to approach it is for you to just pay attention to the really like tangible things, again, like we said, in these fights. So what are the enemy health bars? What are their level? Where is the enemy, rest of the enemy? Do I
mhm,
see the rest of the enemy? Do I not know where they are they gonna, like, I just want you to start taking in these things before you decide to rotate or not. And ultimately
yeah,
it's a game to game decision, so I can't just answer every single like
yeah,
situation
of
perfectly
course,
for you. So that's why I just need you to take in this information, and then when you, like, let's say you go into a fight, you die. I want you to think about why. I just want you to think, okay, what was it that I didn't think about? Did I not see everyone on the map and then so more people came? Were they just stronger than me? Did they have more items? Higher level? Whatever it is. And you just need to then, you realize that and you're like, okay, this is something I'm not keeping track of. I need to focus on that in the future. And I just want you to continue getting better at that. But yeah, again, basically it's like, if they're on the same side and you've already pushed your wave, you can probably rotate. If they're really far away, the fight's going to end by the time you get there. Don't go.
Yeah. Because most of I mean, all the time I'm prioritizing gold.
Yeah.
I mean, it's rational, but it's not the best thing to do with early game champions.
That's not really
At
true. And
least
that,
with
again,
always.
this is the issue with your mindset. And I say this as someone who, again, Jace is my most played champion. Jace's playstyle is super,
Yeah.
super similar to Aurelia. They're very similar champions. And this is the problem I had for a long time. I could win a lot of fights, I could get a lot of leads, but I couldn't progress the game far enough to the point that I could carry it. Because again, I was like 200 games, 44% win rate on this champ before I started getting really, really good at it. And the main issue is trying to overforce the fact that, you know, you're strong and trying to just fight just because you feel like you should be strong. Aurelia is still a strong champion on 4 items, because if you hit 4 items before someone hits 3.5 items, you're going to be a lot stronger than them. And so,
Yeah. What I
yeah,
mean is mid game, like instead of pushing on a side lane, split pushing or something, it
yeah.
doesn't give that much value as being on a team fight like 90% of the time.
So
You
that's,
know,
it depends
like
on the
if I was a
situation
screen
again.
dummer.
It depends, because okay, there are timers where you need to fight, and there's timers where it doesn't matter if you're fighting or not. It doesn't matter if your teammates randomly die in a fight a minute and a half before Dragon, because nothing bad comes of it. You just lose some gold. If you're farming and you're
Yeah.
getting yourself strong, you can still carry it. But if your teammates died 20 seconds before Dragon, it matters. And so it's just about making sure that you're in those fights, those important fights. You're just trying to get as strong as possible for those important
Hmm.
fights. So it doesn't matter if your teammates randomly go and die. You don't need to be overly worried about it. You need to be worried about being strong enough to carry the actual team fights around Dragons that matter, which requires planning. It requires you to push your wave 45 seconds before the objective so that you can be there 30 seconds before the objective, so that if the enemy do overextend, you can get a pick and then get a free objective. Like, these are the things you need.
Yeah.
So we need more, like, basically more planning, 45 seconds or 45 to 60 seconds prior to objectives, basically.
Yeah.
Any other questions or anything?
No, I think that's all.
Okay, I'll send these to you then. Again, you can continue to DM me, ask me questions if you do, have more.
Yeah.
But